Welcome to MSc videos. In this session, we are going to discuss about for each loop. So already we know about what is the use of for loop. Now we will discuss another one extension of a for loop, which is we are going to call it as for each loop. If you want to use a for loop, then we have to know the starting value and then the ending value. Without knowing that, you can't use a for loop. Let me say that if you want to sum of array elements, if you want to identify sum of array, what you have to know? You have to know the first element value as well as you have to know the last value. So if you know the limit values, then only you can able to perform a normal for loop condition. So if you don't know that, let me say that you are having an array, you don't know how many elements are in an array, or otherwise in a database you don't know how many records are there. At that time, for each loop is executed. The same extension we are going to use a slight variation. So here I am declaring an array, nums is an array, it contains 10 different values 1 to 10, and then I am assigning sum equal to 0. Now this is actually the representation of a for each loop, for int x colon nums, which means that for each element in nums array, which means that for each element in nums array is assigned to this x and that is processed. If you are having 10 elements, 10 times this loop will be executed. If you are having 100 elements, this loop will be executed for 100 times every time. So the first time x value is 1, second time x equal to 2, for the 10th time x equal to 10. Then I am printing string out of println now value equal to n, and then I am printing sum. So I am identifying just sum of n elements. So if I am executing this program, I am going to get the same value. So I want to tell sum of value is 55. What is the main advantages? Without knowing the limit values, you can execute. Then we will use, if I am using a for each loop, we will discuss another one example. The same program, here I am changing for each int x colon nums, which means that for each loop, I am printing x value, x equal to x star 10, which means that I am changing only the x value, which is not changing this array elements. For every time nums value is assigned to this x equal to 1 star 10, x equal to 2 star 10, 3 star 10, and then so on. But it does not affect this x. This x, once again, this x is different from this x. Here int x nums means once again from the element of this array is assigned to this x. So there is no effect on this particular statement. So if I am executing this particular line, once again the same array elements will be printed. If I am running this program, this is actually what we are saying as the same thing. So there, if you are performing any action on this temporary variable which will not affect the array elements, if you are using the same temporary variable which is also not affecting the same array elements. So we will discuss another one program. So we know that jagged array, we already discussed about that, sum equal to 0, int nums of, so it is a 2-dimensional array. Now we are creating 3 rows, every row I am creating 5 elements. So now we are assigning a value for int I equal to 0, I less than 3, for j equal to 0, j less than 5, num of ij. For our variation, we are using it as a I plus 1 plus j plus 1. So nums of 0 comma 0 is assigned with 0 plus 1 plus 1, it is actually 2, and similarly we are using that. Now you see that every row we are taking it at for int x of equal to nums, which means that nums, from the nums one row will be selected, that row is assigned to this x. X is actually an array, x is a 1-dimensional array. From the nums a single row will be selected and then that row is assigned to this x. Now we are declaring another one for each loop for int y in x, which means that each and in every row contains some set of elements, those elements will be assigned to this y. So from the nums array, by using the for loop, we are taking a particular array. From that particular row, we are taking each and every element. So system dot println, just I am printing y and then I am executing this. So this is the main usage of a for each loop. So here you see, this is actually the array we created. X is assigned with a single row and then y is assigned with each and every element in a single row. So automatically 3 rows will be created. So this loop will be executed for 3 times because this particular nums array contains 3 different rows. In 3 times, every 3 times this is executed for 5 times. So 3 into 10, totally this statement will be executed for 15 times. I am just printing this statement. This is the main purpose of a for each loop. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Keep on visiting my channel. Thank you.